gonna lose? What's it gonna prove? Who will be bruised?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Lore Reloaded. I am your lore master today, James from the Lore Reloaded. Great to see every one of you luscious and wonderful people today. Hey, if you received the alert, the reason is because CBS is going to steal all the money from this because I'm going to do the actual trailer. They're going to take every dime I make here that isn't a super chat and ensure that this video isn't going to be able to help keep my two kids full of food and with lights and houses, because CBS doesn't care about kids. So that's why you got the notification today. Don't expect to ever receive another notification where CBS doesn't make money. With that out of the way, if you're watching this video on demand, you know exactly how this is about to work. Check me out at twitter.com/lore reloaded. Lots of fun stuff going on there. Plus, today and today only, you can follow me on Twitter for absolutely free. Really, really fun time. We got Park. It's too early. Park Maxwell in the house. Bird of Prey 5. Tim Skonyak. Darren Wagner. Shron Moore. Nathan Norman. DV Rogers in the house. Hector Fernando Peralta. And, of course, Awesome Player Boss. So now it's a party. All right, so we're going to be breaking this down, getting into it. We got Eleanor becoming a lore master already. This is going to be not exactly what you guys think that it's going to be. I am going to be honest. I'm going to talk to you about the things I like and things I don't like, and we're going to be completely honest about it, all right? Okay, are you guys, I'm not going to get copyright strikes. No, they don't do that. You see, what CBS does, CBS rarely copyright strikes. They don't want to take down a channel. They just want to make sure that a single dad of two can't feed his kids, so they just take all the money. They're benevolent. They're I mean, heroes, really. CBS, every one of them. Every exec there is a hero. So, all right, let's go ahead and break this down. I think I'm going to be able to hear this. I guess we're going to find out. Okay. I bet you guys heard that. Let's exit out of that. All right. Okay. Yep, I can hear it. Pause! This is already working out great. 1 second, guys. Whoop. All right, let's try that again. All right, hold on. Jason Chappelle is here too. Park Maxwell helping out by giving a super chat. Thank you so much. CBS are greedy, evil people. We got your back. Park isn't wrong. All right, browser. Browser 2. Give me a second. I'm going to try to figure this out. It may take me a moment. Why can't I adjust the volume? All right, let's try this. 1 second, people. God, this is going well. Aren't you glad that you guys are subscribed? I mean, basically, I'm like Space Doc, but only better. All right, let's try this. I don't think I can hear it on this way, though. I guess we're about to find out.
We have always looked to the stars to discover who we are.
All right. So, yeah, that happened. Can't hear it. No copyright infringement. Your kids may eat tonight. Oh, Lord. Give me a second, guys. It'll take a second. I'm going to keep watching the show. Like I read, Ultimate Universe from Marvel Comics, not the real world, so it doesn't matter. It is the real world, though, people. It is. You guys should be able to hear it. Regardless, you should be able to hear it. I'm hearing it as well. So, give me a moment. One more time. So, when I was playing it beforehand, you guys didn't hear it. So, right, let me see. Oh, you guys can't hear it. I'll be darned. OBS sucks. Okay. Mercy. Mercy me. 1 second, guys, while we get this all squared away. I'm surprised you guys can't hear it, though. That's weird. Because you could hear it last time I played it. I don't know. Let me see. Just put this in.
We have always looked to the stars.
But there's no way for me to stop it.
We have always looked to the stars to discover who we are.
Off.
We have always looked to the stars
Who here has OBS? And if you have OBS,
to discover
let
who
me
we
know.
are.
Because this is not
And
going
hidden
the way I
there
hoped
was a
it would.
message. A secret made of space and time.
All right,
Visible
here's
only
what
to
we're gonna
those open enough.
Here's what we're going to do, people. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to do it one more time. One more time. And I know you can hear it. We're going to hear it one more time. We're going to go all the way through it, and then I'm going to do a breakdown shot by shot. Press 1 if you guys want to do that, because that's the only way I see about this working. And now I get to do the waiting game. And I'm going to assume that all of you guys can... I'm going to assume all you guys did one. By the way, I hope everybody's doing well today. All right. Let's do it.
We have always looked to the stars to discover who we are. And hidden there was a message. A secret made of space and time. Visible only to those open enough to receive it.
Captain Christopher Pike requests permission to come aboard.
Well, Commander, this is awkward, but the best way to get into a cold stream is to jump right in. I'm here to take command of the Discovery under Regulation 19, Section C.
Your directive is only instituted when an imminent threat is detected.
Federation sensors picked up 7 red bursts, spread out across more than 30,000 light years. These mysterious signals are beyond anything we understand. Is it a greeting? A declaration of malice? Let's find out.
Aye, sir. Seconds to impact.
I am in total free fall.
Trust us. Discovery has you. Right, ladies?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, dear.
This is the power of math, people.
We have someone in common.
My foster brother, Mr. Spock.
He took leave. It says if he'd run into a question he couldn't answer.
Spock is linked to these signals, and he needs help. We're on a collision course with a pulsar.
Oh, what a relief. Thought we were all gonna die.
Wherever our mission takes us, we'll try to have a little fun along the way. Ruffle a few feathers.
I look forward to it.
Hit it. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Linus? You okay? You look a little... Yes, I hear it's going around.
Bless you.
Okay, so it's like they took Han Solo. By the way, Lindsay, welcome for becoming a lore master. It's like they took Han Solo, they took the Aliens movies, and they took the Star Trek Skin, and they said, hey, let's take the worst aspects of all of these and make it into a series. And I think it's genius. I think it's brave. Honestly, I'm in awe. I think that I think they're heroes, really. When you look at it, I think that they're heroes in a sense. Now, let me see. I had another quick idea that I don't know that it's going to work, but no, that's not going to work. Let me try one other quick thing, and we will get this party started. I don't think that that's going to be my best idea on the face of the planet. Let me see how that looks. Right here. Nope. There we go. Let's see how that looks. And then we'll go from there. Well, honestly, I don't hate it. It just doesn't it doesn't look like Trek to me. I'm going to be honest with you. It just does not remind me of Trek. So, all right. So let's break it down and see where we can go with it from there. So, and I'm not going to be able to see your guys' comments just yet. So when we're first watching this, and I don't know if you can hear it. Let me know if you can hear it. You should be able to. You should hear everything I do. All right, so everything up until right here, in my opinion, is intriguing, and it reminds me of Trek to a degree, right? So I don't hate all of this at the moment. I don't... It does have a Trek-like feel to it. It's wonder, it's discovery. It seems like it's moving back to its roots. So 11 seconds in, and I don't instantly hate it. And I think that's what they're going for, right? But, and if you guys can't hear it, I apologize. You should be able to hear it. I don't know what the difference is. The settings on OBS should show that you hear everything I hear. But if you don't, that's fine. Yeah, and to Rick Van Boberson, we're going to talk about that in a second. Why do you need Discovery if you literally have the most advanced ship in the fleet? And we're going to discuss that. The only reason I see for needing the Discovery is the spore drive. That is, in my opinion, the only reason that you would need it. I don't know why you guys aren't hearing it. You should be able to, but let's keep it going. So now we're moving into her in flames. I don't hate it again. It's moving away from Trek to a degree, but it's interesting, and I do think that you need to continue to advance. And in our culture, with the media and everything, this is the type of stuff people want and people want to watch. The visuals of it, I guess, are somewhat... I'm of two minds on the visuals. And I'll be completely honest. If Discovery had not betrayed, in my opinion, nostalgic viewers, people who grew up with Trek, in so many ways, the suits and the visual upgrades wouldn't bother me all that much. I mean, if you look on her arms and stuff, you see the shiny Delta badges and everything, and when I look at that, it's kind of eye-rolling. It's like, because it's the future, it's all glossy and things like that. It's unnecessary. It doesn't add anything, so I don't know why anyone would put that on a uniform. Everything else looks updated to me. I'll give them this. When I'm looking at Burnham right here and I'm looking at what she's wearing, this is updated from at least TNG, in my opinion. I think this would be the more technologically sound that they would use from TNG. And if you're hoping for me just to absolutely destroy this, you might be a little disappointed. Because I'm going to try to give it a fair share. I really am. To Gabriel, it's very hard to say whether the spore drive is used in a 2-minute trailer. I agree, but that's the only reason to use the Discovery. The Discovery is inferior in every way compared to the Discovery is inferior in every way to the Enterprise, in my opinion. If they do that, it's going to be very. I think it's going to be disrespectful. Anyway, let's continue on. All right, let's listen to the words again. The secret made in space and time, only visible enough to those to receive it. Anti-Trekker stated that this was making her a god or godlike, or making her some kind of angel or something like that. I hope not. I hope they don't try to put Michael on a pedestal, because that's not what Star Trek is about. It's not about any single protagonist, any single hero. It's about humanity. It's about people becoming better than what they are. And it shouldn't be about one person. The other thing to this, and I'll put the... I'm checking one quick thing. I'll put the image back on. But I'm excited about one quick thing. I really am. I'm excited that they are melding the Star Trek universe with StarCraft. I'm very, very excited to see that Kerrigan will be playing a really important and integral piece to all of this. I think that's really cool. I think that's very interesting. I'm very excited that Kerrigan will now be a huge part of this entire aspect. That's very fun for me. Park Maxwell, at the end of the season 1, they banned the spore drive, so it can't be that. Yeah, because captains have always listened to Starfleet regulation. And, here's something. The Evil Scott really, I think, nails it. I guess Trek is becoming science fantasy. Exactly my point. Exactly. That hits it on the nail. The fact that they are making something that was supposed to be science fiction into science fantasy is not Trek, in my opinion. If they say it's Trek, I don't necessarily do the whole No True Scotsman. So this is, to a degree, Trek, if that's what they want it to be. But it's disappointing, I guess, that they're going in this. I think it's not where we should go with Trek, in my opinion. Let's keep it going. What is going on? That face, though. All right. Here's what I think is going to be one of the biggest dishonors, in my opinion. Here is something to put on. Look at... Let me do that. Look at the Enterprise here. Look at that. They showed the Enterprise, and it was this huge deal. It's like, we got the Enterprise. The Enterprise is going to be in season 2. Look at it. It's so great. How much did we see the Enterprise there? In fact, we saw the Discovery leaving the Enterprise. Pike decides to get off the most advanced ship in the fleet, and if it's not the most advanced, it's the most powerful ship in the fleet, and use the Discovery, and we see the Discovery leave. That is what you call a bait and switch. So every person, and I don't care what channel you're on, whether you're friends of the channel, whether we talk, whether we're good friends or not, if you looked at it and you freaked out because you saw the Enterprise and you were like, yes, they're bringing it back, you got punked. Dollars to donuts, you got punked. They brought that back so that you would come back to season 2. They're not going to use the Enterprise that much. It's still going to be about the Discovery. They lied to you. Spoilers! CBS lies. I don't think they're going to be using the Enterprise that much, and that honestly irritates the living hell out of me to every degree. And I find it very, very frustrating. Discovery is a science ship. Pike needs a science ship to find out what stellar signal is about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Enterprise has as advanced equipment as the Discovery. Pretty sure it does. Nathan Norman, 2 drastically different uniforms at the same time. No, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Add to that a Pike who acts nothing like Pike, who is stoic. Yeah, I don't know that much about Pike, if I'm being completely honest. Let's continue on. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at the differences here. Again, this is going to be something that may frustrate people, I guess. I don't have an issue with the updated uniforms. It's a callback to the original series. It isn't exactly standard by any stretch, or not what we're used to seeing, but it is, in my opinion, similar enough. Interestingly here, you see Saru handshaking, and I'm sure it's because, it's an awkward, I don't know, I guess he doesn't handshake with humans. He hasn't been around humans enough, but it also kind of looks like he's looking at the sleeves to see what rank Pike is. I mean, again, overall, I don't really have any issues. I guess that's the right delta, what Pike had. It is also possible. Let me say this. It is also possible. While doing the uniform breakdown, I've learned quite a bit. It is possible that because the Enterprise was on a long-range mission, that their uniforms would be different from what you see on Discovery. This is weak. I'll grant this is weak. But if I was to try to put these two together, what I would say is maybe maybe it's like the camo that you see, like you have desert camo and then I want to say tropical, but whatever, the green camo that you have, right? Maybe that's the differences. Maybe it's science and deep exploration. A lot of people get very, very upset. I don't have an issue. I think it's a good callback to the old uniforms. And it's possible that because one is science and one is exploration, that we have those two differences. I know a lot of people are going to get upset, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. Rick Van Bomberson, what you don't know at this point in canon is that the Enterprise becomes a ferry after the Xindi War, so it's in canon to need the Discovery because... Okay. Park, I agree with Laura on the uniforms. If they were wearing sweaters like in the cage, that would be even weirder. Okay. I hate Burnham's hairstyle. Okay. Why wasn't the Enterprise in the Klingon War? Maybe it was off in exploration. I don't know. I'm not sure. All right. Let's continue on. Is that a callback, by the way? I'm here to take over the Enterprise under Regulation 19C, or whatever he uses. Is that some kind of callback I missed? I've watched the original series. I've watched all the series except for the animated series. I don't know. While we're on it, this is a nice little shot. Adds absolutely nothing to the story, but a nice little shot. All right, so now we're getting into them talking about the imminent threat coming, and we're seeing jump cuts. I don't hate this, but my problem with this entire scene here, going back and forth, is I think science fiction. I think medium, moderate science fiction show or movie, right? I don't think Star Trek. Star Trek isn't about... Star Trek has not historically been about jump cuts. It hasn't historically been about putting as many images on the screen as we can see. And so this is new. This is different. This is trying something else out. They didn't do well in season 1, in my opinion, which is why I don't trust it here. And that's why I'm kind of trepidatious, we'll say. By the end of DS9, there were 3 uniforms in service at the same time, and no one bats an eye. But Discovery has 2 uniforms in service at the same time, and everyone loses their minds. Cyan Bam, I too enjoy false dichotomies. I really do. Let me give you another good false dichotomy. People who don't like Discovery give honest criticism and logical breakdowns. Those who love it just want it because they only care about the social justice warrior aspect and ensuring that Trump continues to get into power. So I too enjoy saying things that aren't false. But let's indulge that, shan't we? Let's indulge your thoughts here. So Deep Space Nine uniforms. Let's see if we can bring about the differences in the uniforms and what's going on, and let's see if we can make sense of it, and see what we can do. Papa bless, as they were. Papa bless. So let's see. Here's a uniform right here, and of course I can't bring it on because of quantum. All right, let's see. All right, so there's one uniform. There's one. I believe that's season 1. Is that season 1? It may be. So that's the first uniform. This is generally what we first see. We see this from TNG into Deep Space Nine. It's consistent. It makes sense. It makes sense within the universe. It's continually what they've done, right? And so you have that going on. Though there is some differences. In fact, let's take a look right here. We got 2 different uniforms right here, which are TNG and Deep Space Nine. Let's look at the differences between them. All right, here we go. Hup, 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 here we go. All right, so here's another one. Here's another one. These are obviously different. Look at how they're put. Let me ask you this. Do they look similar? Can you tell that it is a similar scheme, a similar dichotomy between the two, would you say? I would say that they are similar. I would say that you can tell that it is from the same military. And going from there. Cyan, Bram, Laura, you were taking this joke too seriously. Honestly, I thought you were being serious. The fact that you're joking is funny. But there are people who say that. So let's go into it. And by the way, when I get sarcastic with you guys know how this works. I like to get sarcastic. I like to have fun. But let's look at these two different. It's still worth it, right? Because people do, even if you were joking, Cyan, people, honest to God, have that argument, right? And then let's look at the last one. Let's look at the last one right here. We got Ben, the mother effing Cisco. So here, there we go. No, Daddy, no. So these are 3 different uniforms, right? Here's a good point that people bring up. The middle the two on the left, my left, I think it's going to be your left, might be right, and then the one on the right are, I would say, drastic, but still similar. You still see it. But there's a great explanation for that in that they had the Dominion War, right? And so even though it's drastic, it's explained within the story elements. And so people will sit here and say that the uniforms are completely different. Well, that's what happened in Deep Space Nine. It's apples to oranges because there's an in-story plot element. And if you try to say that, well, it's explained, there's a plot element in Discovery, then I'm going to need you to show me the plot element, right? Again, this isn't a huge deal to me. It's actually not. But if people want to sit here and try to use that, I think they're not. I think that you're grasping at straws. I really do. You know? That's my opinion. And let's take a look back. Again, let me go back here. Let's see. Everybody remember 0.49? Because I'm not. God help me. Let me just screenshot, because that's going to make my life a ton easier. Unless I don't do it right, and then it's going to take longer, and then you guys are going to get upset. I'm going to lose subscribers, and I'm going to hate myself. And I'm never going to be able to be seen in this again. All right. That is not what I wanted to show. I don't know what that is. There we go. So, look now. Dismaven? Becoming a lore master. Welcome. All right, now take a look at this. These two uniforms. Again, I don't have a huge issue. I really don't. And I know that makes people upset. I think that it's a good callback to the original, so I don't have an issue with that. I don't mind updating. I think they would have done something like this had they had the technology. And I can even, in my mind, explain away these two different uniforms. But they're drastically different. And there's no explanation for it at all. I hope that they explain it. And if I was to explain it in my mind, again, deep exploration versus solely science. And just two different types of camo. But honestly, you can't sit here and say it's just apples to oranges. It really, honest to God, is, in my opinion. I think it would have been better if after Discovery came back from the Mirror Universe, the uniforms changed into more of a hybrid. You know, that's a great idea that I would have loved. Now, you can't explain why they would have went the way they did. It's like, we're in a war, let's have bright colors. I don't know why they would have done that. But yeah, if everyone was wearing a different uniform and that's how they explained it away, it would at least make sense why the uniforms are so drastically different. The change itself wouldn't have made sense, but it would have at least made sense in that aspect. So now let's talk about the fact these red things are appearing. Again, I don't like the way they're doing it. It feels very sci-fi the way they're doing it. But it's at least explorative. We don't know what's going on. It's interesting. It's science-filled. So I can get behind that overall. Samaru. $2, thanks so much. This is not going to be able to be monetized. Well, this video is going to be monetized, except for CBS, so thanks so much for the super chat. Could they be new uniforms for after the war? They could. The problem with that is we know that Discovery has the ability to make its own uniforms. So why wouldn't they all have the same uniforms? Because they would have been able to make them. That's my point. All black uniforms with a chrome Starfleet symbol was the best. They made absolutely no sense. They look cool. They made no sense. To be fair, Cyan Bam, now I know you're a troll. To be fair, Pike's uniform shares a lot of similarities with the Discovery uniform with a different color scheme. Okay. Okay, buddy. The red things are Thanos. They are Thanos. True story. All right, you guys can't hear it, but at this point, we now see and hear the pop music. This is the Han Solo part of it. As you guys know, Solo did exceptionally well at the box office, completely destroyed any other movies, so this is definitely the way we want to go. That said, this character right here, I want to see more of her. I actually like this character. I don't know why. I don't know much about her. She's a secondary character at best, but I actually like her. I'd like to see more of her. And the other character, this character right here too. Is it a declaration of malice? Because that's how normal people talk. Look at how she's like, I'm so thoughtful. I'm so thoughtful. They do good work on that. Is that a green screen? Because if you look, you can sometimes with a green screen, man, I've been doing this too long, you can see a little bit of a hue. If that's a green screen, you can barely notice it. But I bet that's a set. I doubt that's a green screen. We have the Evil Scott giving $23. Thank you so much. It's very, very appreciated. It's people like you that keep the channel going. Isn't the war still on? No, the war... So, spoilers for Discovery. The war was won. How was the war won? That's easy. Michael Burnham talked the female Klingon into not doing the war. So there is no war. The war has been finished. Why on earth would it be connected to Spock? We'll get into that. Calm down. Calm down. You need to tell at a glance whose rank is higher than yours in your branch in the command tree. If you have to search the waste, that time could be crucial in combat. Possible. It's done in real life, so I don't have a huge issue with it, honestly. Anyway. The interactions, I don't mind Pike. Of course, I watched it, but honestly, I never got too interested in Pike. So the dichotomy here of how Pike's acting doesn't bother me. The setup is all right. Again, it's very Han Solo. It's very JJ verse, but I don't hate it. And we see the Discovery leaving the Enterprise. The Enterprise was a lie. I'm sorry, Captain Foley. You got punked, my good friend. Punked, sir. Hold on, let me go back to that real quick. Now, let me say this. I mean, there are good things to say about Discovery. It has some excellent quality shots. I mean, that is really cool. I like that. You know, and here's another thing. Let's just scrap all of season 1 and have this be the beginning. You have imagine if this was the first trailer. And so you have this crew, you don't know what the hell's going on. You have this ship that barely looks like a Starfleet ship. You don't know what the hell it is. You have the Enterprise show up. Captain Pike personally needs to take over this ship, and then you have this shot kind of showing the ship itself. What the hell is this? What's going on? Why wouldn't Captain Pike use the Enterprise? What about the Discovery is so interesting that he would not use the Enterprise? Now, that said, let's be honest, both me and Anti-Tracker would be talking about how the Discovery, who just became a lore master. Well, I can't tell. Sorry. Both Anti-Tracker and I, if we're all being honest, would probably be saying, well, look, we got another Mary Sue ship. I mean, they're not using the Enterprise. Obviously, they're trying to build it and make it better, and this is disrespectful. But with hindsight being 50-50, I would much rather that than what season 1 was. Anyway, this is a good shot. When I looked at this, when I first saw this, and you see how that's open and it's flying, and I think there may be people on there, that would make me dizzy as hell. Absolutely dizzy as hell. The disco does look better this year. I do. I think the ship looks wonderful. So who's in command of the Enterprise then if Spock and Pike are gone? McCoy. What if the USS Enterprise is also working on the same mission, but in a different part of the sector as the USS Discovery? I'm sure it is. I'm sure they're going to find a way that to explain why the ship isn't there. Whoa. Whoops, wrong one. God, I don't like sharing my screen. All right, so we got more action-y type stuff. So what's really cool too, again, I kind of already discussed this. I kind of talked to it. I broke it down. Um, one second. I was really excited because, again, as we kind of discussed, they they brought in different universes. So we got StarCraft with Kerrigan. Now, what's really cool is they're also, again, bringing in another universe. I like how they're combining this. We now have Halo, which is kind of interesting and very, very cool. I thought it was intriguing. So, you know, we got the Observers in Halo, so that's fun. We got starfighters in space. I mean, how you can sit there and say this is not JJ verse, this is Prime Universe, is beyond me. This is obviously from JJ verse. This is obviously that. Yeah, I just be honest about it. So let's just continue. This shot is like every other shot we've ever seen in season 1 and the JJ verse. It's fine, I guess. Doesn't add anything. Again, the visuals here, again, are beautiful. You have the 3... I'm sure these are supposed to be science-y something or others. Again, they look like what Spock was in the JJ verse. You have the Discovery behind here. This, I don't hate this as a science fiction piece of work. It is not what we've seen in Star Trek before. And so and again, given my opinions of season 1, I'm weary about what they're doing here. This isn't exploration. This isn't Gene's vision. That's not necessarily bad. Gene had some horrible ideas when it came to Star Trek. Thank God he didn't really have much creative control over most of it. This is the closest thing to this. Again, reminds me of maybe Deep Space Nine, maybe Voyager, but that is paper thin in comparison. Okay, so now we have, I'm assuming that's Pike, right? So we have the once again, the heterosexual white male, who we know is going to be maimed, needing help. He's needing assistance. I keep getting asked, do I like the comedy in this thing? The comedy doesn't really do much for me. Again, it's very Han Solo. If I took Star Trek out of it, the comedy would be fine. It would be passable. So... I don't know. Plot twist, see next post, Tsutsum Gary. Please do @Lore Reloaded so I can read it. But yeah, why not have Discovery if it got it wrong and not made back to their universe, but a different universe? I think that would be interesting if they did that, but they're obviously not going that way. All right, so heterosexual white male, free fall. The comedy there, it's like, yeah, we got him. Oh, God, it's very theatrical. That would remind me of a theatrical point. Because remember, he's like, we got him, right, ladies? So you have Michael looking pensive, then you got the other two freaking out, and they're like, oh, my God, what's going on? We definitely got him. Oh, Jesus, God help us. And then you have Saru saying, oh, dear. It's just, I don't like this iteration of Trek, guys. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are going to get upset about that, but I don't. Now, if you like it, that's fine. I don't know. I honestly don't. I just don't like it. So just keep doing the same thing. Alien Anomaly social message of the week. See, I don't know if you're talking about this or you're referring back to what Deep Space Nine or TNG or Voyager. TNG, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager were able to do that and still keep it fresh. So you can, if that's where you're going, that's fine. but you can still continue to do things like that, and it be fresh. Now, if you're saying it needs to go into Han Solo, I don't think so. Do you like the warp effects? They're fine. They don't impact me. Warp effects are just like the Klingon stuff. It's not a huge deal. The change, the aesthetic change doesn't bother me. Should we just stick to prune juice jokes? Yes, SC. If this is what we get, we should. It's kind of like saying, SC, let's go along your way. So SC is like, well, look, it just got old. Look at what Deep Space Nine is. Look what Voyager's doing. So let's do an analogy. So let's say in the morning, I like having Kellogg's cereal, and I enjoy Kellogg's cereal, and I've done that for 40 years. I've tried different tastes of Kellogg's cereal. I've mixed it up. I've added things, taken things away. I've been able to change the Kellogg's cereal for over 40 years. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But to SC's logic, since we've done it for 40 years, instead of doing that, we should have a robber come in and shoot me through the head. Because that's different, and it adds something to it, and it makes it interesting. So maybe we should go with SC's way of, hey, screw the fact that you've had Kellogg's and that could get old. Let's commit cold-blooded murder. And I think that's apples to apples, if you ask me. All right, moving on. Okay. A lot of people don't like this. I will grant that it's not Trek necessarily. I like Tilly. I like Tilly as her growth as a character, and I like Tilly when she is the comic relief and when she gets things done. I like seeing Tilly advance. I like seeing Tilly become more than the sum of her parts. I also love Stamets. I love that Stamets and Tilly work well together when initially they didn't. I liked their bond growing as well. I like this part. I hope this continues. I like seeing this. And I think this continues on with Trek. I do like that. SC, responding to my cold-blooded murder comment. No, but try Captain Crunch or oatmeal. Hold on. SC, buddy. Are you saying that the changes, while distinct, should be subtle? Are you saying that maybe... Hold on, SC. I think you're blowing my mind. We're going to change Trek, and we're going to try something new, but we're going to keep it as the aspect of Trek. Not just like a skin, but maybe we keep and honor the overall history of it. And maybe, not attack half of the people who liked Trek simply because they don't believe what we believe. And maybe have it about exploration. Even if you have a war, continue the exploration, continue the fact that you're explorers. And maybe not try to just push a social agenda so blatantly. F me, SC. That might just work. I like it. If only the Discovery writers had went that route. SC, you're a genius. If not a hero. Tilly is not the Wesley of Discovery at all. By any stretch of the imagination. All right, let's continue it on what is not going from Kellogg's to oatmeal. That's a good shot. Not much to add to it. So we see the Enterprise here right next to the Discovery. Maybe the Enterprise is going to be in it. I really doubt it, but maybe. All right, so now we're talking about how Spock took off. At least they admit it. At least they admit, hey, we can't do this on our own. We can't make this work without being nostalgic. So let's make them find let's make them find Spock. Let's do something that people like. Let's it's like, hey, we're not going to be able to make this on our own, so let's make this about Spock. I mean, I can appreciate honesty. Okay, that was funny. We're on a collision course with the pulsar. That's a relief. I thought we were going to die. I got a chuckle on that. And I don't think that's not Star Trek. Again, it's JJ verse. It's not nostalgia, but it's JJ verse. That's an interesting little thing there. Okay, so going back, let's talk about this. I really like this scene. This is very, very interesting, and pretty cool. So at the beginning, you saw where we're bringing in StarCraft. Really love that. You know, we're seeing Kerrigan coming in. That was very, very awesome. Then you saw Halo, where they were on the Halo. They had the observers, and now the last one. I think there may be another one, but now they're bringing in the last series. And what I really love is the fact that we're now going to be a part of, what was it, Aliens Resurrection, I think, or the not the latest video, but the latest movie on Aliens, but the video before that. It's really cool that they're bringing that technology in. So every time you think Star Trek now going to SC's point, because they're trying something new, they're trying new stuff. They got to expand. God help us, we can't have oatmeal. So when you think Star Trek, think Halo, think StarCraft, and now think Aliens. Because, you know, they're just bringing it together. Ruffle a few feathers. I love how he's now in the Discovery garb, too. Whatever. Ruffle a few feathers. I look forward to it. Tilly! Or not Tilly. I'm sorry. Burnham. Michael Burnham. The one who the entire point of season 1, the entire point of season 1 was how she disobeyed the point of the Federation, the point of Starfleet, and how she has to keep it and how you have to follow orders and yada, 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 is now talking about being a rebel. It's a really good shot. I like that shot. That's pretty cool. I don't know why shields were down, but that is a really good shot. All right, I like that too. Probably this right here with Captain Pike saying hit it and everything. I don't remember him doing that in the original series. I don't remember that in the original series, but I liked when he did hit it in JJ verse, and I like that callback. So yeah. SC sci-fi rips off sci-fi. Welcome to the genre. Over 50% of marriages end in divorce, so screw it. I mean, it just always happens. It's what occurs. I mean, you know, it's just whatever. Season 2. So they're talking about him having a, I guess, a cold. And he sneezes on a fellow officer, doesn't bring up his head or anything. By the way, 142 people watching, only 46 likes. Let me ask you this, SC. Is that the different type of thing you want? And yeah, the elevator scene was completely and utterly stolen from Orville and other places. Is this really what you want, SC? I mean, if you like it, man, you know how this works. It's fine. I give it a lot of hell, and when I talk, I'm pretty sarcastic, and I have goes at people. But is this really what you want. I mean that sincerely. I mean, if you like it, I guess, but man, I don't know. Is there anything else? So someone asked me what she said at the end. It's going around. Someone asked, and Tazoon Gary, I haven't seen your request or whatever, so if you can ask it again, man, because I definitely want to make sure I address it, because, you know, you have a super chat. But, so, what are my thoughts? And look, guys, if you like this, so let's not just do SC. I don't want to just point out SC. What about this do you like? I would be interested in people who are not new to Star Trek. I'd be interested to people who watch TNG, watch Discovery. What specifically draws you to this? Why? Paladin Demo gotta go. Thanks for coming, brother. Wish your grandma a happy birthday. What about this is intriguing to you? It's an all right science fiction point. It's okay. I don't hate it from a science fiction point of view. But for Trek, what's here? Why are we doing this? You know? What about this is intriguing to you? I like that it's a science mystery. Okay. I don't hate that, but when it comes to Trek, science mysteries isn't outside of the realm, but you can do a science mystery and not put a skin on it. The choice of music is better, though still not Star Trek. The choice of music is... Picard being a bigot? It's an interesting science fiction setup with a Star Trek skin, is my opinion. You know, again, I think that if it was alternate universe or JJ verse, I wouldn't necessarily have a lot of issues with it. I feel like they lied. What isn't Trek about it to you? What isn't Trek about it? Wow. Theme, the story, the plot, the focus, the universe breaking in it, things that don't make sense. That's so vast. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start. There's nothing about this that is classic or historical Trek. Not necessarily bad. I don't think that it's not Trek. It's just, I don't know. The alien at the end is Saurian, which was in the background on the motion picture. Well, that's cool. Finish the cast goal off? I don't know. The last goal? Are you talking about the goal of the night? If so, thank you so much. SC, I call BS. If it's new, you will S on it. Yeah, that has always happened. Because there isn't anything new in Discovery that I haven't said positive about. There isn't anything new in Discovery that I haven't talked, that I haven't given accolades to. Absolutely right, man. I hate anything new. I hate new things. I hate them so much. I definitely haven't talked about how I enjoy Harry Mudd, which was completely... It's a new character for all intents and purposes, not the original Harry Mudd we know. I haven't given accolades on things that could happen. I mean, you're right. I mean, I hate new. I hate the word new. I mean, just listen. New. It's just, God, I hate it so much. It's just so bad. SC, if you're getting upset, buddy, calm down. Don't get too mad, brother. Don't get mad. They don't give a duck about Star Trek. They want our money. That honestly does. It feels like a cash grab. It does. And what isn't a cash grab technically? They're going to make something to make money. I don't hate that. But I don't know. Guys. I think there was... Yeah, I didn't mind their space pajamas, says SC. Which space pajamas? Are you talking about Discovery? SC, let me say this. Go back to my original videos. Every new episode that came out, starting with the very first, I did a video immediately after it. I will challenge you to go and watch all of those, and you'll see how when I first watched it, I was indifferent. I began to like it to mid-season, and then it completely destroyed any good faith. So I think that if people went and looked at my back catalog, it disproves your point of view. Mac Lee helping out. Thank you so much. The only thing I'm looking forward to in season 2 are your episode reviews. It's going to be fun. I hope it does well. I really do. I do hope it does well. Dwight from the Super Chat. Reward is Harry Mudd is what I meant. Dwight from the Super Chat. Was there a Super Chat I missed? Dude, if you get upset by a trailer, you are too sensitive. Calm down. You haven't even seen the second. Just wait. God bless you, Mr. FJF. Oh, hey, you haven't even seen the complete first season. You got to sit there and watch. If you're getting upset because season 1 trailer doesn't do, just watch the first season. Just watch the first season, okay? Oh, hey, you watched the first episode and you didn't like it, but you haven't seen the complete season 1 of it, the complete series. You got to watch the complete season 1 of Discovery. Oh, you've only watched the first half season. Hey, you got to watch it all. You can't. Oh, you've seen all of season 1? Oh, wow. Now you got to watch season 2 because season 2 is going to make season 1 look better. You can't just watch season 1 and give your opinion. If you're getting too upset, you're too sensitive. You're a cuck. You're just so horrible. Oh, I love that goalpost. Oh my God, that is one of the most awesome goalposts. Oh man, you saw this and you didn't like it, but you haven't seen season 2. Obviously, you're just too sensitive. Oh, you've watched all of season 1, but you haven't watched season 2. You got to watch all of season 2 before you can talk about season 1. Obviously, you're too sensitive. Oh man, not to you specifically, IG33Q, not to you specifically, but anyone who says if you watch something and you don't like it, you got to watch all of it. You continue to move the goalpost and can just F off with that stuff. That is just ridiculous. A ridiculous and stupid argument that is meant to try to justify something that is at its point bad. I'm sorry. You might say that you don't have the full context, but you can't say, oh, you didn't like it or it doesn't show that it's bad. I wouldn't like TNG as a whole based on the first season through the third season. I agree that I'd argue season 3 and on. But I would agree that at least season 4 of TNG and on, it gets a lot better. That doesn't mean that season 1 through 3 aren't cancer incarnate. That doesn't mean that season 1 of Discovery was basically the worst thing since the discovery of cancer. In fact, we might be able to link season 1 Discovery to how people have cancer. So that argument is ridiculous because that was said all through season 1. all through season 1. And the thing is I hope season 2 is so good that it makes me relook at season 1. I've eaten crow before, and I don't mind eating crow. I want Star Trek to be well. I want Star Trek to do well. I like Star Trek. I'm a Trekkie fan. I just don't like it. SJWs will try you to try... Sorry. SJWs will tell you to try harder. Time to grab the goodies of Babylon 5 and Farscape. Yeah. As much as TNG Season 1 and 2 sucked overall, there were good episodes here and there, says Brandon G. I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. Screw Season 2. I watched all of Season 1, and it sucks so hard. I'm dying for Orville. Orville, now, I like Orville, but what it is it's TNG rehashed, if we're being honest. It is TNG rehashed. They're rewriting episodes for all intents and purposes. But I do like Orville. I think Star Trek Discovery was created by Star Wars fans to destroy the Star Trek franchise. That's funny. I'll say this. I'll be honest with this. I started out with TNG. I never watched the original series first. So for all intents and purposes, TNG was the genesis of Star Trek for me. And so seasons 1 through 3, again, I think it got a lot better in season 3. But I'll give you 3, just for argument's sake. Season 1 through 3, I simply don't see that. Because it feels like, for me, the genesis of Star Trek, I don't, they're bad. I just don't hate them as much. I don't know. It will be interesting. Let me say this. I really think it'll be interesting if the channel's still around. Hopefully I'm still doing this. Hopefully I'm still surviving off this. But in about 4 years, it'll be interesting to see what my opinion is on Discovery. If it's gotten better, if it's gotten worse. I can't foresee a time when season 1 will ever be not comparable to season 1 through 3 of TNG, or even season 1 of Deep Space Nine. I even think it's a little worse. But I think it'll be intriguing. So all of this to say, the first trailer, I don't hate it. It's just, it doesn't feel like Trek to me. It feels very, very much like people who wanted to make a sci-fi and just use that type of skin. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think that is where we are going to be ending it for now. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next Lore Reloaded.